I always wanted to go to Nova Scotia.
Nova Scotia, just because
101.
I feel like Nova Scotia is almost Alaska. I would like to go to Antarctica, but you know they're not going to open that up because that's where all the aliens is. Don't you think so? Like, why would... That's the only continent we're not allowed to travel to?
Welcome to the Hottest Wellness Podcast. I've got time with Cherry ShaKayla.
Here we discuss personal growth, relationships, and healing to become aligned with the best version of ourselves.
What's up, baby?
Hey, girl. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I feel like a new woman.
You do?
Yeah.
You want to share with the class what led up to that?
Well, first off, I had my first, I guess, mommy-daughter outing.
Mm-hmm.
Eva and I went to get our ears pierced. It was her first time and my second time, so I got new earrings.
Yeah, that was really sweet. I was a little bit jelly, but I also was like happy for y'all that y'all was like, you know, sharing a core memory.
Yeah.
We decided not to get Eva's ears pierced when she was a baby because I feel like that's a personal decision. You wouldn't tattoo your baby. I mean, I know people feel like ear piercing is so normalized in society, but just for me, in my house, I feel like my kids should be able to make those decisions for themselves. Like, there's other things I'll do too, but we'll get into that another time because we ain't really talking about that. But yeah. She did not want to get her ears pierced for the longest because she was so scared it was going to hurt. But then one of her homegirls got her ears pierced about a month ago. And then ever since then, she was like talking about she wanted to get it done. We were supposed to go weeks ago. And then she ended up coming down with pneumonia. I said in quotations because her allergist said that they misdiagnosed her and she really was just having an asthma attack, so that's pretty annoying.
Yeah,
gotta love that. But yeah, so she finally was able to go. She was so happy when y'all got back. She wouldn't stop talking about it all day. She wouldn't stop talking about, oh, should I touch him? Can I put my coat on? Like, girl, she about to milk these ear piercings to death.
Yeah,
but yeah, she was so happy.
Yeah. How you feeling?
I don't know. I feel like I'm in dissociation mode right now. You could tell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's given.
Yeah, I talked to my therapist about that, but you know, she just recommended I journal, but it's like when you in dissociation mode, you're not trying to journal. I haven't journaled in years too, by the way. Yeah, something happened to me and I just stopped journaling.
What happened to you?
I went through a breakup.
Oh. Damn.
It seems that like not dramatic. Yeah. It was the whole thing. We could talk about it offline.
Okay. That's crazy.
It's just a personal thing. You know, like, sometimes you have like PTSD of certain things from certain relationships. Like you'll never watch this show again or listen to that song. It's just like, I don't want to journal. I don't want to write.
Damn.
Yeah. So yeah.
Fuck that bitch. Respectfully.
Fuck that bitch. Definitely. This week we are not going to get anything off our chest, not because there's nothing to get off our chest, but because there's too much to get off our chest. The world's in shambles. America is in shambles. Our communities are in shambles. And I get it. Maybe on an individual level you might be thriving, but collectively
it's not looking good out here.
It's not. And so just because of that, we're not even going to complain because at least we're here.
Yeah. I won't complain. Yeah.
So we are gonna get it off with the breaks. Do you have anything what's dropping this week that excited you?
Well, Tyla, the young lady that sings the song Water.
Make me sweat.
That girl. She dropped a song. It's called Truth or Dare? Yes, called Truth or Dare. Same vibe, you know. Good body roll music. I was excited about that. I saw a clip of her singing it. And that's when I found out about it, but then I forgot about it. But yeah. Conway dropped Conway the Machine, for those of you that are into more of, for those of you that are into New York rap, and into, what's Griselda, if you know, whatever. Conway dropped with somebody named Conductor something. The project is called Conductor Machine, if you're into that. Beyonce dropped a song called My House. It sounds like she made it when she was doing Homecoming. So, yeah, it's giving band vibes, but not band, but
yeah,
it's giving college band.
I didn't listen to the full song, and you know, sometimes you have to dub back on stuff to see if you really like it or not. It took us forever to actually listen to and enjoy the Renaissance album, but
yeah.
As for now, I'm just not fucking with Beyonce at this moment, so Yikes.
I'm still fucking with Beyonce. I'm just working my way through some PTSD.
I do want to bring this up just a little bit, that we were thinking about going to see the Renaissance movie, film, documentary. And first of all, the tickets was $22. We already talked about this on the podcast and how I felt like that was outrageous. But then she got the nerve to only be showing the movie for 3 days in total, period. Which was last Saturday, Sunday, and then this coming up Thursday. And in my mind, I was like, greedy bitch. Because you know she's about to turn around and drop this on a streaming platform after she just made millions of dollars in putting it in theaters. And you know how I feel about that. And you know how I feel about billionaires. And you know how I feel about overconsumption. So that's that.
Yeah, I'm just... If you want to know how we feel about it, we talked about it like 2 episodes ago.
I don't know. Listen to all the episodes and you won't miss nothing.
That too. Go ahead and subscribe while you're at it. And like the video, leave a comment, do something, my nigga. Share it.
Oh
no.
Oh. Shit. I'm ready for a nap, y'all. Anything else?
K Tronada dropped an EP called Lover Friend. It's 2 songs and the instrumentals to those songs. So do with that what you will. It is still a vibe, so shout over there. I feel
like electronica music is coming back. Like, it's giving We Found Love in a Hopeless Place vibes. You know what I'm saying? Back then where everything was like, doo, doo, doo. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's coming back.
I would put that in a different space in that genre because they give different energy to me. Like K Tronada, this in particular is like more trancey.
Yeah. If you love Solange, if you love Kiala, then you're gonna love K Tronada because he produces a lot for them. He's responsible for a lot of their sounds and just amazing, honestly.
Yeah. Shout out.
Ready for the affirmation of the week?
Affirm us.
This week's affirmation is: a dream can be a distraction just as easily as it can be a goal.
Yeah.
We were watching Abbott Elementary. We started watching it from the beginning. And Mr. Johnson said this to Lil Chris, because I forget his name on the show. Greg?
Yes.
Is it Greg?
Yeah.
Oh my God. But basically, he was like trying to figure out if he still really want to be a teacher or not, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And he also was contemplating like, does he have to just be a teacher? And that's something that always resonates with me because I do a million things, like, and I'm never going to stop doing and trying things that I love. And so that was really good to me. That was deep.
Yeah, that whole episode was kind of like, oh, not too much. Yeah. Shout out Abbott.
Yeah, shout out.
Still hits, still hilarious. Can't wait for the next season.
Yeah, they're supposed to be coming back soon. I read something about them being able to pay their writers like what they were asking for on strike, so they're supposed to be coming back soon. Like I feel like for the winter season, so that's exciting. Shout out to them. It's amazing cast, super hilarious, very black. And very realistic. Like it reminds me of growing up when I was a kid going to school. Like, yeah.
I love that show.
So what are we discussing this week?
This week we are discussing travel, making our way downtown, walking fast, faces passing. We're homebound. You know?
All I keep thinking of is the one where he be like, with the guns. What's his name? Oh my God.
I don't know. What you talking about? The making my way through the hood.
Yeah. What's his name? Like, bat or something like. I can't remember. But
I don't know.
Check that out because it's funny. Yeah, this week we're discussing travel. I felt like we've been really getting it in this season, and it was time for us to, like, you know, talk about something that's more pleasurable, like, and because the thing about being on your healing journey or personal growth is there's always going to be something to heal from.
Yeah.
And you will find yourself really unhappy and depressed if you're constantly focusing on things that you feel like is wrong with you or need to be fixed. And so it's good to just take moments and just enjoy who you are right now, enjoy where you're at right now, and live life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause you're free to do what you want to do. I can't remember what that young lady's name is, or what their name is. But that's a great song.
You love that song. You sing it all the time.
It's so... It just makes me feel like I can dance the night away.
I'm ready to play Song Association again. Ain't no feeling like being free when your mind's made up and your heart's in the right place. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so traveling. I feel like, well, personally, I love to travel. I mean, I'm a Life Path 5, and that's pretty much the energy of 5 is traveling, movement, change. Like, I need a lot of diversity in my life. I need to try a lot of different experiences and cultures and foods, and I love it. It's something that brings me a lot of happiness, and I think that everybody should take time to travel or explore at least one time a year for themselves.
Yeah. I like that. Traveling. I like the amount of thinking that I don't have to do when it comes to traveling. I think that's what I enjoy most about traveling. I was gonna say like the act of traveling, but that's actually really stressful.
Especially when you got kids.
Yeah.
Like, we weren't even gonna discuss this, but Lord, this summer we went on 2 trips, and that means 4 flights. And then we also had another extra flight because we had to stay over in Denver that one night. So, girl, it's giving leave them kids at home. It's giving fuck them kids. It's giving call the babysitter. It
really is. I feel like we should bring that to the table. It's some of the most anxiety I've ever had. Like, I never thought I'd be a person having an anxiety attack on a plane. Like, that, it's So that was a lot for me.
Yeah. No, it is a lot. And that really was our first time traveling with Max and Eva, like, to that capacity. When Max was younger, me and him would be on a plane all the time. But Eva, her first time was being on the plane last year. Well, technically this year, when they went to Disney with her dad and his girlfriend. So, you know, they were really excited and stuff like that. But, like, they still have their own personalities. And you have to think about that when it comes to traveling. Like, my daughter is extremely high maintenance. As in, she requires a lot of attention. She requires you to entertain her. She wants to talk 24/7. She want to complain at every turn. And that can be overwhelming. It's like going on a trip with that one girl who don't have no money and she always complaining about everything. Nobody wants to invite her on a trip. And then I just felt super bad about that because it's like my daughter. I want my kids to experience all these things. Like, it's so nice for your kids to have, like, passport stamps and stuff like that. Yeah. But sometimes I feel like kids are just not mature enough to appreciate it.
They're not. And that's not just our kids thing. I feel like that's just a kid thing. Because you just going somewhere with your parents. It doesn't have the meaning to them that it does for us. So, it's kind of like first birthdays. Like, it's a fun thing that they're doing, but it's giving, let's travel when you're older.
Yeah, it's giving, I'm never going to be riding on the RV with her.
Oh my gosh, bro. But, yeah. Being able to travel when I went to Virginia by myself, that was interesting. It was still... There was still, like, just my general anxiety there. Just because I was somewhere... I was traveling... And I didn't know anybody. But... Yeah. I think it's just the... I don't have to think about work. I don't have to think about none of that other stuff that I got to think about when I'm at home. And that's what I enjoy about traveling.
That's interesting. There's so much that I enjoy about traveling. I remember when I was younger, I did used to be afraid of flying. The very first time I got on a plane was when I was going to boot camp and I was flying from Cleveland to Chicago, which is like, first of all, a 30-minute flight. It's not even that serious. And I was so scared, I was literally holding this random dude's hand. He ended up being in my division, but still, like, I was scared as hell. But now, I enjoy being on a flight. I love looking out the little window and being in the clouds. And, like, to me, it's relaxing, especially if you on a nice airplane.
I love a good movie on a plane. Yeah.
So, what places have you been? Like, did you grow up going on vacations? Have you traveled a lot?
I grew up traveling. We used to go to Florida every summer. I've been to New York. I've been to Atlanta. I feel like DC doesn't count.
It does count because it's the whole place.
It is.
You literally have to drive like 3 hours to get up there. It counts.
You're right. I've been to DC a lot. When I was younger, my sister was into modeling, and we went back and forth a lot for that to DC. Been to Connecticut, Tennessee, North Carolina.
Is that where we went for your birthday, or it was South Carolina?
That was North Carolina.
Oh, okay.
Raleigh. I've been to Oregon now.
Yeah, Oregon.
Phoenix. Yeah, I'm a traveling baddie.
Yeah, girl.
Ohio.
Yeah, you have been to Ohio.
Yeah, check me out.
Check you out.
St. Louis. That counts, right?
Yeah, that counts.
Yeah. Denver?
Denver's in Colorado. But you didn't say Denver yet?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Denver's actually nice. And I think they have legal weed.
They do. We need to do a solo trip.
Yeah, and Oregon too, they have legal weed.
Yeah.
We should like do this week like what is our must-haves for traveling. Can you think off the top of your head do you have must-haves like for you to be happy and comfortable?
Hand sanitizer, chapstick, lotion, headphones, and a charger for your phone.
Yeah. I definitely was gonna say charger, a good book. I want to travel to a location that is 420 friendly, period. A place that has good food, great options to eat.
Oh my gosh, yes.
So important. And to me, this vibes is important. Like the vibes and the scenery, the view. I want to go somewhere and be like, to feel like I'm just somewhere totally different than where I live. Like, you know what I mean? Like, wow, this is so exciting. Look at these mountains and skies. And
yeah.
Like when I moved to Virginia, I was like so excited because there was so many trees everywhere. And like it's trees here, but like not like in Virginia.
Yeah, Virginia is...
It's different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, where have you traveled? You've been everywhere.
I've been a lot of places, yeah. One, because I've moved a lot of places. Two, because I used to be in the Navy. And when you on that boat, girl, they gonna drop you anywhere they can. So let me see. I was born in Ohio, so obviously I've been there. I live in Illinois now. Well, Illinois.
Oh, yeah. I didn't mention Virginia or Illinois.
You still say Chicago. That counts.
Oh, yeah, that counts.
Yeah. I've lived in Hawaii. I've lived in California. I've lived in Oklahoma. I've lived in Virginia. I think that's all the places that I lived in. Now, as far as places that I've been to a lot of places. Let me try and look at a map visually in my hand. I've been to New Jersey. I've been to New York. I've been to Canada, but like only to see the Niagara Falls, not like all the way up in there. That was back in the day when you didn't need a passport to go to Canada.
Shout out.
Yeah. I've been to Pennsylvania, West Virginia, North Carolina, Florida, Georgia, Texas, Arizona, like the same places as you, Oregon, Colorado. I feel like, is that all the United States places?
You lived in California.
I said California.
You did?
I feel like, yeah, that might be all the United States places. I've been to Guam, Singapore, the Philippines. I've been to Dubai, Bahrain, Japan, China, Australia.
When you went to Australia, was the racism thick when you got off the boat? Did you feel it in the air?
No, not really, but you have to think like there's military towns, there's bases, like, so it's almost like a whole different thing than what is like being in the country. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where else? I feel like that might be it. I think so. Oh, Thailand.
Nice.
And that's probably my favorite place I ever been was Thailand.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot to say I've been to Mexico too.
Mexico. Or as Max says, Mexico.
Girl.
It's the only thing I've ever heard him say.
Try and put an accent on. Do you have a bucket list?
I don't think so. I used to have a bucket list.
Mm-hmm.
I think now I'm just kind of going with life with it when it comes to traveling. I do want to travel to different cities in the United States. Mm-hmm. For me, I feel like it's just as important and exciting to travel in the country that I live in. Mm-hmm. I do want to go to Dubai, and this is other place in Africa that I want to go to. I can't remember the name of it, but it's like really pretty.
Mm. I do have a bucket list. It's long. Well, it's kind of long.
I do want to go to Japan.
Oh yeah, Japan's nice. I want to take the kids to Japan.
I want to go shopping in Japan.
No. So as far as like inside of the United States, I want to go to Seattle. Mm-hmm. It's just so beautiful there. Like especially in the wintertime, it's just like all the snow and the trees. It's just like so much nature. Like I feel like I could thrive there. Utah, because that's like where they have the Grand Canyon. It's so beautiful there. Like the views is immaculate. I forgot to say too, another essential that I have is the amenities of where we're staying.
What you mean?
Like the hotel or the Airbnb, whatever it is. Like that has to be on point for me. Like I prefer if we was traveling with the kids that we had separate rooms, separate bathrooms. Like that was really great in Arizona.
Yeah.
I like when they have at least like a mini fridge in there or a
microwave.
Yeah.
I'm definitely. Are you an Airbnb girl or a hotel girl?
I'm more of a hotel girl. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm definitely a hotel girl. Luxury if you can. If not, don't put me in nothing. I'm gonna look at you a certain way if I'm not in the right hotel.
Yeah. Oh, I also want to go to Nevada. I've never been to Vegas. I had the opportunity to go to Vegas several times when I was living in California, but I wasn't 21, so it was like, what's the point? I don't gamble. I actually hate gambling.
Yeah. Let's go to Vegas.
We should go to Vegas.
I was actually looking into that. I have like in my mind, I'm ready to book so many trips. I keep looking at them like once a month. I'm just, what are these prices looking like?
Yeah. I've been to Texas, but I want to go to like other parts of Texas, like Dallas, Houston. My best friend lives in San Antonio. Like Texas is big as hell, so that's just like actually really spaced out. Like you could catch a flight from Dallas to San Antonio for real.
That's crazy.
I definitely want to travel back to California and like visit more of the places that's like more scenic, you know what I'm saying? Like more like over there by the beach, like where's it that in Malibu? I have no desire to go to like San Francisco or anything like that for some reason, but I don't. And I really want to go to Alaska. I want to go on like one of those Alaskan cruises. It's like so beautiful, like yeah.
I'm down.
You are? I thought you was gonna say it's giving Titanic.
Well, now that you said it. Yeah.
I don't think I would be able to survive actually living there though, because half of the year it's completely dark and half of the year it's completely light. Like, bitch, wet.
Yeah, it's hard to see in the dark. I don't want to do that.
They probably invented what is the curtains called? Blackout curtains.
Shout out to blackout curtains.
Shout out.
You really can't tell what time of day it is.
Yeah. Now, as far as outside the country, there's a lot of places I want to go. I want to go to Africa, specifically Yoruba, Nigeria, Ghana, and Egypt. I want to go to all those places. I want to go to Japan and Korea. I want to go to Mumbai, India, Costa Rica, and Dominican Republic, Cuba, Switzerland, Iceland, specifically the Blue Lagoon. It's like where they be having those like natural hot springs. And it'd be like winter outside, but they be in a hot spring. So pretty. I was like researching low key, and some of the hot springs around the world are like heated by volcanoes.
That's
like underwater volcanoes.
Crazy.
Wild. Like, how y'all know it ain't just gonna boil a nigga like a noodles pack one day?
So you gotta sign that NDA before you get in there. Like, if anything happens to you, that's on you.
Yeah, for real. Bali, Indonesia. I feel like everybody want to go to Bali because they have like those huts or whatever that's all on the water. So pretty. And then Toronto, Canada. But there's probably more places in Canada I want to go to, so just Canada.
I always wanted to go to Nova Scotia.
Nova Scotia just because
101.
I feel like Nova Scotia is almost Alaska.
Probably.
Yeah.
I just gotta step foot there one time just so I can say I went.
I would like to go to Antarctica, but you know they're not going to open that up because that's where all the aliens is. Don't you think so? Like, why would... That's the only continent we're not allowed to travel to?
I'm gonna...
But then they be having researchers and different, like, governments in there. I'm just saying.
The one place they can do their operations in peace.
Girl. Who knows what resources they trying to farm out of that motherfucker, because they done stole everything else they could.
Yeah. You mentioned you didn't want to go to San Francisco. I've always wanted to go to San Francisco just to see the bridge and to like
ride on one of them trolleys.
See the hills.
Oh yeah. People say that San Francisco is the gay white male what is the word? Like capital of the United States, and for that reason I'm out.
That tracks, actually.
I think that's what it is. I'm not sure if this statistic is still true because I heard about this years ago, but that's like where the most white gay men live.
That's so interesting.
Anywhere else in the United States. San Fran. It's giving gay. It's giving theater.
Not too much on theater.
It's giving full face of makeup.
Let's stop there.
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
So last week we talked about money management and financial literacy, and I feel like those things really are important when it comes to traveling. Because we all know that one girl who goes to Miami with $3 in her pocket and be trying to eat off of everybody's plate the whole time.
That's crazy.
Was that you?
No.
No.
When I went to Miami, it was a birthday trip for me, so it was expected that I was getting treated.
Okay.
One of my coworkers just told me about how they just traveled somewhere, and one of the friends didn't really have it like that. And it was funny because she was like, before the trip happened, she like kept checking in, like, you sure you want to do this? I feel like if you know that you don't have the money, don't be trying to go with a group of people that got it already.
I feel like it's very difficult, period, having friends that are in a different class than you, no matter what it is that you're doing. Even if y'all just going to drinks or dinner, the type of places they going to be going to drinks and dinner might be more upscale. And then it's like, now you're like, now I got to scrap money up, or I got to save money for weeks so I can go to this restaurant with them. And so, like, that's difficult to have friends across tax brackets, period.
Yeah.
But I feel like it sucks because it's said, like, you kind of limited as far as what you can experience in life if you are poor. And that's pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
But if you want to go places and you don't have that much money, all you have to do is, like, take your time and, like we said in the last episode, build up those savings. I've seen how those people have, like, those different envelopes for different stuff that they're saving for. Maybe like vacation. And they might only put $5 a month or $5 a week in there, but it does add up. And then next thing you know, you got enough for your ticket. Then you got enough for your hotel. It's like, that's a good way to save up. Or like, if you got kids, when you get your income taxes, put some of that money to the side, and you know this is like vacation money for the summer. You know what I mean? Like, the little things that really does matter. Just setting yourself up for financial success according to what your desires are.
Yeah. And don't be afraid to just take a road trip. If you live near, like, a big city or something that's like 2 hours away, just take a road trip one day.
I love a good staycay. I love a good staycay. Because it's nice. You get to explore another area, eat some food. You might spend a night. Like, it's really nice to me. It's fun. I love a good staycay.
Yeah.
Sometimes people be living in states their whole life and they, like, never traveled outside their city for real, or, like, explored other places. And other places be different.
Yeah. They do. Even though it could be like the same scene, like a city is a city anywhere, but every city is different.
Yeah. Something I know from living in all those different places is there's different fashion styles. It's so crazy because it'll be store like Forever 21. And if I go to Forever 21 in California, the clothes is totally different than the one that if I go to the California in Cleveland. Like, wild.
So, it's like going to a Target in a diverse area and then going to a Target in a white area.
Yeah.
That's where everything looks like a Vera Bradley purse.
Vera Bradley's crazy.
For real.
Yeah, no. That's definitely a thing.
Yeah.
I think all people deserve to travel and have experiences, and so it's just up to you to create the life that you deserve. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Period. Would you, or have you preferred a travel agent or like online booking?
I personally have never booked with a travel agent. So I guess I'm gonna just have to go with online booking. I actually enjoy booking the things. It makes me feel good. It's like, oh yeah, I just did that.
Yeah.
Like, especially picking a hotel or something. I feel like,
yeah. No, it is super nice though too. Like when you browsing for different hotels, it's almost like how you be looking for a house that you want. Like, okay, this is the amenities they got. They got a pool. The bed is nice. Like, you know, and then when you get there, you know, you be excited about it and stuff.
Yeah.
Like the hotel we stayed at Denver, it was like that whole waterfall inside, and like the kids and me, we was like all memorized. Like, oh my god! I was like, how much did you pay for this hotel? Like, so
it feels good.
Yeah. When I was a kid, we didn't really go on vacations, but when my mom was married to my stepdad, we would go to like Six Flags, Cedar Point. We would go like randomly on a hour-long road trip and stay at a hotel, like stuff like that. So like, you know, you just gotta see where you at with your budget and what you could do based off of that. Like,
yeah,
I do a lot of online booking because for me personally, I like want to have the control. I want to see everything that's going into it, and it feels like you're not paying anybody to do it. It's like selling your house by owner or selling it with a realtor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're gonna have to pay them that percent. So yeah, but I will say, when you are traveling with large groups of people, it's better to use a travel agent because they have deals and access to things that you will never see online, not even if you went to the airport the same day to buy a ticket. And when you are buying like a lot of flights at one time, it's good to go with a travel agent. Especially, it's nice just having everything taken care of for you. If you say this is the price range, this is the amount of people we have, this is the amenities we need, this is the city we're going to, and then they line up everything from you top to bottom, to the flights, to the hotel, to the rental, even might suggest activities for you. And that's nice, not really having to plan shit, just showing up. That is a convenience.
Yeah. I like that. That sounds good. I feel like I would just be anxious about it. Like, is it really done? Is it really going to be what they said?
Yeah. I always wanted to show up to the airport on a random day and just buy a ticket to anywhere. Like, I've never done that before, but you know, they sometimes do that in movies and shit. And I want to try it. One day I just want to go to the airport, buy a flight, wherever.
Let's do it. That sounds like a fun time.
Yeah.
But, like, do you know where you're going already? Is the hotel already booked?
No, you don't know anything.
So you just raw dogging life?
Yeah, you go there, you go to whatever airline you want to go to, you ask them what flights do they have for today, and then they tell you what flights they have, and you like, okay, give me a ticket for this place. I mean, you gotta wait for the plane to come and people to deboard. You could book it then. You got time.
You're right. You're right.
Unless it's some kind of event going on.
Yeah.
And it's like all the hotels is booked up type of thing, like All-Star Weekend or some shit. Like, yeah, no, you can't do that.
Yeah. Or the Renaissance tour.
Right. Oh my God.
That was wild.
No, that was a whole situation for real.
Ooh.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah.
I think in also a way, like you said, to like travel according to your budget is considering different methods of transportation besides, you know, just taking a plane somewhere. Because there's so many places that you can go to with just traveling on the road. Like you said, going on a regular road trip, depending on how far it is. And maybe you like long road trips like me. I'm about that life. I like to drive for hours. I'll do it. Train rides, that's something like we really been looking into in the last few years. It's like going on one of those luxury train rides.
Yeah.
Like one of them may have went from like West Virginia to somewhere, and then it come back, and it's like a scenic route. They give you your foods, you prepay for your meal so you know exactly what you're getting.
You can get
they
rooms.
have drinks, you can get rooms. It's just really nice and luxury.
Yeah.
And I love that. Like, that is so cool.
I want to do that so bad.
Yeah. I had looked up some different like train like companies or rail companies of what they said was like the best recommendations and stuff. Let me see. Let me open it up.
Yeah. I've never traveled on a train before.
You haven't?
Not above ground.
Not even like an Amtrak or. Oh wow.
Yeah, I always wanted to travel on a train.
That's interesting.
Oddly enough, I want to say Anastasia had something to do with it, even though that was not a good train ride for her.
That is hilarious.
It's like, oh, I want to go on a train. And it's another movie. I can't think of it. Somebody was traveling on a train.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, they have rooms on a train? That's so cool.
It could be Harry Potter.
I don't think it was Harry Potter.
Okay.
I don't know.
I feel like it's another movie. And it's like one girl and two guys. I can't remember what it is. It's real, like a live action now. The first thing they name as like the number one, I guess, for like the bang for your buck is the Amtrak. One, because they go like long distances. When I was pregnant with my son, I was about to give birth, and my mom was like, she wanted to come to California to be there for a birth. She took an Amtrak all the way from Cleveland to Oceanside, California. It took her 2 days to get there, but it's an option, you know what I'm saying? Especially if like you might have a fear of flights or whatever it might be.
I feel like for safety reasons, it would be better to take a train than to even drive.
Yeah, sometimes it is. And you don't have to worry about your shit breaking down. You don't have to worry about gas costs. Like, what you pay for is what you pay for to travel.
Yeah.
And even some of them, they have rooms and stuff too, like, or just like little personal sections.
Yeah.
One of the ones that says like the most notable is from Washington D.C. to Sanford, Florida. A lot of people go on that trip. There's a train in America's national parks with Rocky Mountaineer, and it basically goes through different national parks, and so that's a vibe if you're into wilderness, nature, views. Like, it's anything really, but depending on what you like, you know what I'm saying? Then they have the Grand Rail experience, and to me that's more giving like Polar Express vibes. Like, it's just like a straight up train that's just going down the tracks, and you just like chilling and vibing and chilling. And so, you know, it's different options for you based off whatever it is that you trying to get into.
I'm here for that.
One thing that I've always wanted to do is go on a cruise, and not like on deployment. Like an actual cruise where you go and it's all inclusive. You can eat as much as you want all day, drink as much as you want all day, just live life, sit outside and tan if you want to, get on a water slide. Like, you know those mega ships, like they low-key seem unsafe, but when you see the commercials for it, you be like, damn, that looks fun.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Cruises do seem really cool. I've heard good things. It just really frightens me being out in the ocean. Something about that just screams you're gonna die alone. Because there's no way to communicate with anybody in the middle of the ocean.
This is what I always tell people is, you could die right now going from your house to Walgreens. Are you going to let that stop you from having an amazing experience in your life to travel somewhere else? I'm not.
That has stopped me from going to Walgreens before. I'm not going to lie.
Well,
anxiety's real.
You're right. If you're anxiety ridden like Cherry, maybe you should just walk. I don't know.
That's worse. I do want to go on a cruise though, because it seems really fun.
I mean, and you don't have to go for no long ass time, like a week. You could do a 2-day. They even have a day cruise. Like in Florida, they have all kind of cruises leaving every day. It might go for 3 hours and come back, you know? Even like when we went on that whale watching thing, it wasn't like particularly a cruise, but you know, it was like a boat ride. And like Chicago, you can like go to the river walk and like rent canoes, or they have like little boats that
like the paddle boats
give you, but they have like boats that are like touristy, like they tell you what all the landmarks are and stuff around the city, and that's cool.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm totally down. I don't know. That's gonna be when I need to really pack up all the CBD I can find.
Girl, that's probably the worst thing you need to do. The way you be tweaking.
Okay. That was totally different. I've only had an experience like that 2 other times.
That's too
in both
many.
times, I didn't know what was in that.
Okay, first of all, that was a store-bought edible. You know what was in it. Like, please. It was
Do
sealed up when
I?
we bought it.
That was crazy. I've never had that type of reaction before.
Yeah. No, that was wild. I thought we was about to get into it, yeah. And then you start panicking. I was, like, feeling so bad because I low-key had pressured you into taking it in the first place.
That was crazy. I didn't know what was going on. It was like I could feel everything in my body, but at the same time, I couldn't feel anything.
When I tell you this edible was 5 milligrams, I do not understand.
I never had that experience before.
Okay. I mean, it is a thing. I have one friend, she refused to smoke because she did it one time and she had an anxiety attack. She was like, yeah, I don't like how that makes me feel.
Yeah.
Some people, their hormones and body just don't agree with it. You know what I'm saying? It's just like some people just can't drink. It's like having them throwing up in 2 minutes.
Damn. Yeah.
What I was gonna say, I was gonna recommend 3 of the the top recommended cruises. One of them is the Ritz-Carlton Yacht Collection. They say these is yachts, but it's giving more than that. The Virgin Voyages cruises, they have like a bunch of different ones for different places, and that's like one of the highest recommended ones. And the Disney Cruise Line, people love the Disney Cruise Line. There's like certain foods on the Disney Cruise Line that you can only get on that cruise. You couldn't even get it at Disneyland or Disney World. Like, it's very exclusive and stuff, so that's cool. Like, you'll never have experiences like that.
Yeah.
It's this show that I love watching on YouTube, and I haven't watched it in so long because they kind of canceled it. But it used to be this white girl doing it, and it was like Something Tries Everything, and then now it's this black girl doing it. She's like super perky and like so fun, and they go to different restaurants, theme parks, everything, and just try out, you know, the foods there, and I fucking love that. And then the last one was the Royal Caribbean. They say that one is top tier.
Have you heard about the new Black Cruise? It keeps coming up randomly on one of my timelines. I want to say Instagram or something. Maybe TikTok. I don't know. But there's like a Black Cruise, and it's like a party the whole time. It's given older auntie or young in your 20s.
I haven't heard about that. I don't know why, but when you said Black Cruise, I started thinking about hedonism, and that's not even a cruise.
Yeah, that's not.
Yeah. I don't know why.
Different vibe.
Have you ever ridden first class?
No.
I've ridden first class one time, but that was because I was in my military uniform, and like sometimes they upgrade you, like, oh, thanks for your service, we're gonna upgrade you, like if they have the room. On some airlines it's worth it and some is not. I feel like American Airlines, not the company, but like just in America, we have like economy, business, and then first class. And I feel like for most of our airlines here, but business class is good enough. It's like a little bit more space, you know what I'm saying? It's not as a huge section. Like, I remember when we was on Delta and they had like more pillow cushion, like the seat just looked a little bit more luxe.
Yeah, I feel like so far the planes I've been on, first class looks like the house that they built right next to the hood. Like, it's not really...
Yeah. It's not like Soul Plane.
Yeah, like, it's not like a luxury experience. It's not a real separation. You just sitting in front of the class. Yeah. I would like to have a luxury first class experience, though.
And I'm going to tell you how we're going to do it, okay?
Okay.
When we go to Singapore, we are going to be on Singapore Airlines. Singapore Airlines is the #1 rated airline right now in the world. It's very expensive, okay? Very. For one first class ticket, it could go from $7,000 to $12,000, baby.
Oh.
Yes, but the amenities are off the chart, okay? First of all, they have real meals on the plane. Not like a little snacky snack, not like a sandwich. No. They have real meals. They even have a whole kids menu. You can like put your order in advance 24 hours and they have like a whole menu and real chefs on the fucking plane.
Oh. That sounds hot.
And then like for economy, it's actually pretty affordable. You can get a one-way ticket for like $150 from like New York to Singapore, and like that's not bad because that's one of the longest flights in the world. And then I think for business class it was like $300 or something. It wasn't like that bad. But in the business class, the seats recline back. Like business class on this flight is like an advanced first class from every other flight.
Damn.
You can flip over the mattress to create a bed. Some people say that it's not as comfortable, but it has to be way more comfortable than sitting in them raggedy ass chairs next to two other people.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's $260 for the business class. Now, this airplane is so freaking nice. The first class, first of all, it has a full queen size bed in the room. It's chairs in there. It looks like a mini hotel room. Like, I'm going to post pictures this week of these hotels. I mean, of this plane. It is freaking insane.
That's crazy.
Insane. Amazing, honestly. And then you just get taken care of so well. Like, this dude, basically, he did a experiment where he rode on Singapore Airlines. On one way he went first class and on the other way he came back economy. And both experiences were good, but he said that first class, it's like the trip on the flight is the vacation. You know what I'm saying?
I'm into that.
Like, that's how nice and luxury it is. And wow. Like, can you imagine? I mean, it is a long ass trip, like, and you get to sleep on a whole fucking big bed and have a whole room to yourself. It's like, damn, this plane gotta be huge as hell.
I like that.
So nice.
Got one of them. Got a bus plane.
Yeah. He said they even have like shaving kits and stuff available, and all of this stuff is complimentary. The drinks are unlimited, complimentary. Everything, like, just so nice, just luxurious, period. Everything that you need it to be.
Dang.
They even give you like slippers, a robe, like nice headphones, everything. Like, I feel like Singapore is my #1 trip I want to take now. Just one so I can get on that airplane. But Singapore is a very strict country. They have a lot of laws. Things simple as littering will get you thrown in jail for months. Littering.
We need to do that here.
Yeah, and it's the cleanest place. It's the cleanest place in the world. It's immaculate. They don't really have any crime because everybody has what they need. It's a thriving place. Definitely want to go there.
I like that.
Yeah.
We love an evolved society.
Right. Do you want to get into mental health matters?
Let's do it. Mental health matters. Yeah.
Excuse me. I got hiccups. So, for mental health matters, we're going to keep it short and sweet for you guys this week. I feel like when you think about where you want to be, where you want to go in terms of life or traveling, the most important thing is to be happy where you're at now. you have the most control in this moment of of your future. You know what I'm saying? The past don't fucking matter. Yeah. And so, be happy where you are, but take action to get where you want to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that. That was a word.
Yeah.
I do have one question real quick.
Yeah.
Speaking of planes. Window seat, middle seat, aisle seat.
Window.
Aisle seat for me.
Yeah. I never ever want to be in the fucking middle, that's for sure. But I don't like being in the aisle because people keep walking past to go to the bathroom and shit and like brushing up against you. Then when it's time to get out, people be thirsty as fuck trying to get their thing from on top of you. I hate that seat. I'd rather sit next to the window. First of all, I have control of the shade. Don't let it be a time where you want to get a nap and the person on the window seat got the fucking window up.
Yeah.
Shit's annoying. I remember one time it was this little girl sitting behind me on the window seat, but it was like my window was a little bit here but into the next seat, and her window was like, a little bit into my seat. And so I put her thing down and she kept raising it back up. Like, girl, it's time to go night night.
Did you cuss her out? Look here, you little bitch.
No, she was behind me, so it wasn't much I could say. I just kept doing it, girl.
Yeah, I gotta have an aisle seat. If I'm in the middle, I get really anxious. Because I feel like I just can't move. So, window seat, I'm good. It's like, then I'm really trapped. It makes me feel trapped. There it is.
Oh, I mean, I can see how you feel that way. I feel like being more away from all the like commotion. That's why I want the window seat, but also the view. I just love it to just stare out the window. I have so many videos in my phone of just like videos outside of airplane windows.
It is nice being able to see it, but
especially when it's a sunset, or if you're taking off from a really beautiful city or landing at a beautiful city. Like there's some places you land at, like it's crazy. Like Hawaii, like first of all, you could see the Hawaiian strip like going like this, and then the plane goes around like this, and you like, oh my god, like where are we landing? Like it's so pretty. Yeah.
Shut up. Yeah.
So yeah.
And I can move my legs more.
You think so?
Yeah. Like I don't know. I just feel more free in the aisle seat.
Yeah. I feel that. You guys let us know in the comments which seat do you prefer.
Yeah.
Well, we can move into For Us Bias. This week we have 2 women that we're discussing, both of them who are making an impact for children's lives.
Chick love the kids.
Period. So, recently in Washington State, Faiza Farral, I hope I'm pronouncing her name correctly. She is a midwife and a doula. She recently opened, in collaboration with the state of Washington, the first ever Black-owned birthing center.
Shout out.
It's called Federal Way Birthing Center. And the main focus behind this is to create safe spaces for women of color, especially, Black and brown women, to have safe pregnancies and safe deliveries. Black women are 3 times as likely than white women to die in childbirth. 3 times is a lot. That's actually fucking insane.
It's kind of crazy that, well, not so much because they still teach it from the same textbooks and the same research information that was biased in the first place. But it's kind of crazy that people still have some of the same beliefs as far as Black people's pain tolerance and just the views on Black bodies.
Yeah, no.
It's like, how do you still believe this?
And then it's like, our health is different than them because our DNA is totally different than white people. And so we can't just follow what they say is like the healthy diet or whatever, you know. Like, we need to think about it based on our DNA, our genetics. And I feel like this is just so necessary. I had Max in a birthing center. I had a water birth, and it was the most amazing experience in my life. I wish that I had Eva in a water birth, but at the time they made water births illegal in Illinois. But I feel like that was just really so that they can get more money. Right now, the medical industry is losing more and more money because people are deciding to do a lot of home births now, mostly to save money because it's getting more expensive to do everything, including have a baby. It could cost you like $25,000 just to have a baby and stay at the hospital for 2 days. Insane.
That's so wild.
That's like with epidural and everything.
I feel like that's something people shouldn't even have to pay for.
It's really not. In other countries, they pay for the whole birthing experience. They take care of you while you're pregnant. They give you a year or two off of work paid. Like, the United States honestly really don't give a fuck about us, and they really don't care if you're black. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even just in the last year, well, the last 2 years since 2021, the death rate has went up for both Black and American Indian, Alaskan Native women. I mentioned this, I think, on another episode too.
That's crazy though.
Yeah, it's really getting crazy. You know, they try and give all these funding to doctors because doctors will push prescriptions, and they don't want to put in the forefront holistic healing because then they're going to lose so much money. The medical industry is tied up with the pharmaceutical industry, which is tied up with the government and all of that shit. So, you know, it's like we never really have our, what do you call it, healthcare in our own hands, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is super exciting. Shout out to her. I feel like this is so dope, so amazing. And, you know, she said that she has a lot of plans for the center, and this is just a drop in a bucket. So hopefully more people take her lead. More people can collaborate with their states, get the funding, because this is just so necessary. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And there we're going to talk about Kelly Jamison. She's at AyoKels on Instagram and Twitter. She is a PR management firm, but in the last few years, she started thinking about launching an adoption company, her own company. Her story is that she was adopted when she was a kid. She said that she was in school one day. She had no idea she was adopted. And some kid told her, that's why you're adopted. And she went home and told her parents about it. And they was like, yeah, you are adopted.
Was the kid being mean, or did the kid have the teeth?
I feel like the kid knew. You know how like parents be talking and stuff. And sometimes kids say stuff around their, parents say stuff around their kid. Like, the kid knew. And they was trying to use that information to be hurtful.
That's crazy. Finding out from your bully that you're adopted?
Yeah, that's fucked up. For real. Like, it's one thing when your brother and sister say it, but a total stranger is more inclined to believe it, you know?
Yeah.
So she said that since that moment, she was like on a long road of trying to find her birth parents and trying to find her birth siblings and stuff. Like, she wanted to know so bad where she came from. And she felt like specifically in the Black community, a lot of our records get lost. A lot of Black kids are being trafficked. Like, there's just so much uncertainty when it comes to adoption with Black kids, and just the fact that they be the last ones wanting to get adopted. Anytime you see white people adopting Black babies, it is because they didn't have no other option. Like, for real.
Yeah.
And it would be weird to me too for them to go to an agency and be like, I would like a Black baby. Like,
that is kind of strange, because you just don't have the tools.
You don't. And they try and act like they do, and they could say they have a couple of Black friends and stuff, but being black is an experience. It's an experience that is unique only to black people in America. And you as a white person, somebody that's inherently racist, probably inherently misogynistic, you don't have no business taking care of black kids. Well, I mean, you can't even do their hair half the time. How many black kids with a white mom be looking crazy?
Child.
That's not really what this about, but the excitement of that is not only is black owned, but it's all female staffed adoption agency. So this is really dope, and shout out to Kelly Jamison.
Shout
out. We're gonna close out this episode with Reel It In. I have been wanting to talk about this show for weeks, but I didn't really watch it, so I had to like wait to put it in. It's called The Black Beauty Effect. It's on Netflix. It's a series. That's, I guess it's kind of, I didn't say Siri. Girl, always trying to be in the mix.
That was creepy.
Because it thought I said its name.
It's like, are you in the conversation?
He said, So basically it's like different episodes, and they explore the impact that blackness has had on the beauty industry. Whether that is cosmetics, in hair, in skincare, even in fashion, everything. And, you know, black women, we are so impactful. We are the trendsetters. We are the blueprint. And that's just how it is. It's always been that way for years, as much as people don't want to say it.
Yeah.
But it's the truth. And so I feel like this is super exciting for them to just have this conversation. It's like a panel of women, and there's all different women from different walks of life talking about their experience, how it was that they were influenced and impacted in the beauty industry and what it was like for them. And it's extremely informative. They are talking about the first person to ever have this makeup brand, the first person to have a cosmetics line. Like, they really go into detail and like serving you up information, which is so cool, because I feel like lots of times in like Black History Month and shit, people want to start talking about trauma, when it's like there is so much other things that we can discuss that really are amazing.
Yeah.
I only watched like 1.5 parts of it. We was listening to it this morning, but I really enjoyed it. I think I am gonna go back to finish it.
Yeah,
it
seems cool.
Yeah, they had a lot of people on there. They had like Amber P. Riley, Megan Good. Who else did they have? Jackie Aina. I feel like it was produced by another YouTuber that I can't remember her name. It's something with hair in it. And then it's, what is it called when they do the voice acting? Narrated by the black girl from the first Degrassi. I don't know her real name, but if you watch Degrassi, then you know who I'm talking about, because it was only one black girl. I feel like her name's Naomi something, but maybe her name was Naomi in the show. I don't know. But anyways, it's really good. To me, it's like reading a book, but listening to the stories firsthand. So shout out to that.
Yeah. Sisters with an AH.
I'm just thinking about rap shit. They dropped another episode last week. And if you watching rap shit, there's this character, this white rapper called Raina Rain. And she's very problematic. She's very stereotypical, I would say, and definitely reflects a lot of white women rappers that we see out here. And when you said that, that just reminded me of that, because she called one of the girls sis. And for me personally, it enrages me. It doesn't just trigger me, it enrages me, because don't call me sis because I'm not your sister. Okay?
Yeah.
No, for real.
Shout out Meg. I hope she's having a good day.
Shout out. What are you making time for this week? Not a surprise. We do this at the end of every show. She said. Like I sprung it up on her out of nowhere. Surprise, surprise.
What am I making time for this week?
We can make time to put up our new bed.
Oh yeah.
We got a new bed. We got a new bed.
Yeah.
So excited.
Gotta make time for that.
Yeah. We can both say that's our reason we're gonna make time for that.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Because it damn near took a year for us to put Eva's bed up, so.
Bruh.
I'm just so glad that it's not in our living room no more.
Same. Now I can take over the living room slowly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you will be once we get Max out of there.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Gotta hurry up and get that man a bookshelf.
Yeah, and put a TV in his room because that's his chill spot, the living room. But I actually hate it.
Yeah.
This is like so off track, y'all. I know y'all trying to end this long ass episode, but like the other day, my son was looking for something. I told him, well, look under the couch. He lifts the couch cushion up. And when I tell you there's at least 20 socks under the couch cushion. And this is the same person who tells me every day they don't have socks. And here I am trying to find matches. We have a sock bag. That's a problem. Okay? And 20 fucking socks unwashed just under the cushion. You just keep taking them off and sliding them into the side of the couch.
That's crazy.
Insane. I was livid. Kids.
Yeah, we gotta get him out the living room.
Get him out of here.
So yeah, we're making time for putting the bed up.
Well, without further ado,
I've got time.